Greg Sewers to hit. 2 seconds left. Kyle Spinka.
Stuffs the last player for Dynasty. Slams home that buzzer.
Back here, 2016 NXL Great Lakes Open. Matty Marshall lucky enough to have Dave Pando up here, and we are here at Victory Sports Park just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. 152 teams here from all over the United States, some even internationally. Here you can see there we're coming off the pro field and all the divisional fields laid out here. And it's been such an awesome location to have, and we have definitely been blessed actually with some pretty good weather. Tons of trade show, the whole trade show over there as well too. And also not only did you Pando, longtime paintball guy here in Ohio, that's why we got you up here. Played for Ohio University, also supporting Ohio University and Ohio State now, because you opened up your new field not too far from here. I know it's in Columbus, but it's kind of a poke from here. But we're coming from California, yeah, 2 hours, not 2 hours here or there when you're talking about paintball. So yeah, I mean, it's great to have the NXL come back to Cleveland. Definitely had a great time in this city at the last year here at this event. Got a chance to go down and kind of tour around the city, and it's getting definitely revitalized, man. It's a cool place to be, actually.
Well, right now we're City of Champions. I mean, shout out to Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, the whole crew. But yeah, I mean, I grew up here, and then I've obviously traveled around a bunch. But every time I come home, it seems like Cleveland gets better. So especially this event, when you said you were coming here, it's almost like LeBron came home, NXL came home, and we're excited. I know it means a lot to every paintball player in Ohio too, the fact that we can host a national event. And I know that I've been out at the dye booth. I've seen a ton of people, like just regular people, coming in to check it out because they heard it on ESPN radio, or they heard
Cleveland.com did a piece on it.
Cleveland.com did a piece. Nick Akuza hooked that up, and Facebook and just everything. I mean, there's a good paintball community here, so it's great to see the national event actually come to Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, it's great too. So congratulations on opening up your new field, Level Up Sports.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know it's been a long time coming for you. Worked really hard to get that going. You also are the director of marketing, right, for social media, right? Director of social media for Dye.
Digital marketing manager for Dye. So just triple multitasking always. But what's great is that I do everything online, so I actually get to work from home. So 2 years ago, I moved from San Diego to Columbus, Ohio to get this field started, and Dye was awesome enough to let me keep doing my thing for them, just doing it from home while I also was working on finding a property and working on getting zoning and things like that for this field. But yeah, man, next weekend, next Sunday, August 21st, Level Up Sports is finally coming, and man, it's a dream come true.
Yeah, so before we get here into the action, the afternoon, Saturday's competition prelims, going to find out who moves on here. It's going to be Edmonton Impact and the Los Angeles Ironmen here throwing down here in this first set, along with Tampa Bay Damage and AC Dallas. All 4 of those teams are 1-1. So before we get into that real quick, talk to me a little bit about this field for all the guys out there from Ohio. It's going to have tournament fields. Also saw the Edmonton Impact went there to practice before this event, correct?
Yeah, so we've got a perfect X-Ball field. We've got all new turf, brand new bunkers, and it's perfectly flat. It's laid out. It's really a premier park. But on top of that, plenty of rec ball, plenty of woods ball, and it's just all in one, all inclusive.
That's awesome, man. All right, so here we go. Ironman taking on Impact. Story with Ironman here at this event, picking up Todd Martinez as their coach. And they played pretty well at the last event. Didn't have the finish that they wanted to, but still saw some flashes of some of that good paintball skill. We know they can play out there for the Los Angeles Ironmen. They're 12th overall, taken 10th, but it barely missed the cut. So now Edmonton Impact, top-ranked team in the world right now, taking first in Vegas, second in Texas, and second to Heat at the last event. Still ranked first. Couple bodies dropping for the Ironmen. So not looking good here, Snake side, and here comes Zach Yakimek as he pushes up, gets into Snake 2, backed up by Keith Brown. And Dave, that's been the 1-2 combo over here mostly is Keith Brown here in the Snake and then backed up by Zach Yakimek. But Zach Yakimek is actually in front of Brown right now, and this is going to be a quick one here for Edmonton Impact.
That is surprising. I mean, when Keith was out at Level Up Sports last week, you know, I got to watch him play a lot, obviously. Keith is ridiculously fast, man. I don't think I've ever seen somebody run a snake off break as fast as he did. I mean, granted, it was brand new turf and everything. He just balls to the wall.
As far as going that fast, right?
He's like, man, my knees don't hurt. This is great. I love this turf. But man, he is like a lightning bolt.
Yeah, you know, it's been a good pickup for Edmonton Impact to pick up Keith Brown, and he's definitely been getting the start over Alex Goldman. Goldman kind of struggling a little bit getting up in there. They did try Goldman on the D side a little bit. We'll probably still see Goldman. He's been getting spins, but you know that's the strength of Impact. Because some tournaments it's Alex Goldman stepping up and dominating, other times it's Keith Brown. But to have those options, it just really speaks to the strength of that squad. So now here, AC Dallas taking on Tampa Bay Damage. Again, both these teams are 1-1, and definitely, you know, they're starting Silos Cortez, and he had some good points yesterday. Still a little hit or miss for Tampa Bay Damage. Silos Cortez, the front player here on the Snake side of the field. And on your screen right now, in those baby blue jerseys, AC Dallas. And it looks like they lose John Jackson out of that center Dorito. And it looks like Chad Bougier, he's going to be walking off for Tampa Bay Damage. So both teams going to get in position. So Robertson, Snake 2 right now, backed up by Matt Jackson.
You liking the baby blue, Matty?
I kind of do like the baby blue. And we were joking yesterday about how they've been changing their jerseys up so much. I'm wondering what's happening between tournaments. Are they just like taking a color wheel and just spinning it? And you're like, and this month it's going to be purple. Nope, next month we're going to change it up to baby blue.
I would be curious, though. We need to get to the bottom of it. Who's in charge of the AC Dallas jersey game? I mean, usually they're sweet.
Yeah, I like the different looks. I think it's cool. Maybe they're just kind of seeing what the best mojo is to see what's going to be work. If they win the tournament, I guarantee they're going to be wearing blue. Look at this, though. Roberts getting blown up cross field. Tim Montresor was right in front of him, but he got shot cross field. I think that was Jacob Edwards over there. It might have been Jason Edwards. Still, but nice work by Damage here to put the first point on the board for them. So then get back into this Edmonton Impact and LA Ironmen. So, you know, yesterday, the Ironmen, Pando, did you get a chance to watch the games from the Ironmen?
Yeah, man, two nail biters. And I know, you know, especially Todd coming in here. I mean, you talk about stress. You know, you never want it to come down to that. But 50-50, you know, 1-1. I think that for the guys, they are they're very pumped when they get into the overtime situation because they're all super confident and they want to be there, win or go home. It's just a bummer when, you know, if you lose that one, it's just done.
Well, they've been making some mistakes. They've been doing a really good job of getting to the important bunkers, but just can't find that consistency, and that is just that age-old paintball story. It looks like Vitalich, who I thought out of the guys that they've been trying, and the one on the Snake side has been playing the best. And it looks like he's clean. So Ironman down by 1 here against Impact, and here comes Mike Paxton. He's going to come. He takes out Rainey Stanzik, and does he stay alive? Wow. I think Mike is still alive in there. If he's clean, man, that is a great move. Mike Paxton now going to get 2, and here comes Mike Paxton, rumbling, stumbling, comes in there, gets 3, a 3-pack for Mike Paxton. What a beautiful move. Just 2 players now left alive. That's the best move we've seen from the Ironman so far this tournament.
No, it's good. He's going to be stoked after that. That's a big man coming up the middle, too, at you. I'd be scared.
See, that's why I love Mike Paxton, man. He's a beast. He's very competitive and proven that big guys can play the game too. Now Vitalich off of that chaos, and those 3 kills coming off. Now only looking at 2 bodies and able to take the Snake. I'm wondering, did the Ironman lose anybody besides Mike as we were watching that awesome run through? Following that action, I think they still have 4 players left alive. So yeah, they do. Moving up on that D side. Vitalich in the 50 over here. Looking at Goldman.
Looks like Jason might have got him cross field. Yep. There we go.
Yeah, so Goldman's still alive in here. Snake 1. Cornell gets shot off that side, so it's just Alex Goldman here in the Snake and on your screen. Gunned up right now on Vitalich, and he's going to come up, try that desperation run forward. Doesn't work, though, as there's too many Ironman guns focused on him, so the Ironmen are going to tie it up here 1-1.
Brandon Cornell hitting the buzzer. Wish we could see how pumped Paxton was in the pit right now.
Oh, God, Mike. I mean, hey, he should be pumped. That was one of the best run-throughs that we have seen so far here at this tournament. So let's take a second look at it. Here comes Mike, comes through, gets one. Rainey not able to trade out with him. He dives in, takes that position, and then he gets up and comes through. Nobody's looking at him. Still 4 players in front of him, though.
Oh,
and he comes through, gets his gun up, able to switch hands, shoots that other one, and then gets his 3rd kill on Zach Yakimek. And then you can see there's Brandon Cornell running down, going head hunting on Brandon Cornell or on Justin Cornell.
back of the neck.
So
That always
a little
feels good.
Cornell on Cornell violence over there on the D side of the field. But yeah, it's good to see Brandon with that move from yesterday's games. Cornell really playing a little inconsistent over there on that D side of the field. So it's good to see him get a good point under his board to tie it up. Right now, AC Dallas down by 1 against Tampa Bay Damage. And it looks like Damage, again, losing Cortez over here on the snake side. They're just rolling with him over here. He's going to need to have a big day today. And it looks like Edwards coming off over there on the D side. Roberts in the snake for AC Dallas. Roberts really emerging as the one over here. It seems that they've been rolling with him most often than not in this snake, backed up by a couple different guys depending on the point.
Looks like AC is going to lock down the Doritos side pretty good up in the wind bunker. As another guy goes off for damage.
AC Dallas also has a player up in that center, and not looking good for Damage as they are going to be forced to concede a point here, and that is going to be AC Dallas 1, Damage 1. And now we have 2 tie games with Edmonton Impact tied up with the Ironmen, and Tampa Bay Damage tied up with AC Dallas. So coming out here to play this next point, Nick Laval, going to be running up in that center. Justin Cornell is going to be spinning over there on the D side again for Impact. Looks like Keith Brown making his return. Coming out, going to be on definitely on the snake side here. Oh, wow, look at this, I don't know, did they get 5 bodies? They did not get 5 bodies out, so looks like the Ironmen having a problem getting 5 bodies out to play this point, so a mistake here, mistakes continuing to haunt the Ironmen, and it looks like Jason Vidulich gets eaten up, dies out of his spot, and not sure if Brandon Cornell got shot off the break or out of his bunker, but he's dead regardless, and he comes off as well too. Bobby Aviles is going to hop into Snake 1, and somebody on the Ironmen is going to need to step up here. Just 2 bodies left alive. I mean, they only started with 4. Also like to welcome Nick Slovia back up into the booth.
So you think that's the move to leave the 2-on-5 off the break, or throw the towel in the beginning?
I don't know. This is a pretty interesting field. There's been different looks on this, and this looks like Ironman, man. It's yeah, you can see.
Bobby Aviles is not happy.
I wouldn't
at
be
all.
either.
And I'm sure our co-host Todd Martinez, I don't even know if he knew. I mean, generally you hear Todd right before the start of every point, you know, calling out making these calls, right codes. And I didn't hear him yell a single thing as you're counting the bodies on the Ironman. You know, we've seen AC Dallas now walking the field yesterday twice for them. They had to rush out there, tag up, and losing bodies on the break because they're not set at the 10 seconds.
Yeah,
before the 10 seconds.
yeah. AC Dallas did drop a couple points like that. So there's AC Dallas here now tied up with Damage. Matt Jackson coming out, playing with Roberts. Nate Roberts over here, wearing his own jersey today. Yesterday he had Paulie's jersey on.
To start, you want to see those stats, baby. So Nathan Roberts taking the Snake 1 on the break. Good spread for AC Dallas. Look at this. Spies heading out to the Dorito corner, catches the move up the middle by Chad Bougere, and another body, Dan Holliday, walking off for Damage. So 2 bodies down for Damage. You can see the secondary moves now being made by AC Dallas, both on the Snake and up the middle. Devin Stewart getting up the middle for AC Dallas. He's going to play the Dorito side. Nathan Roberts now in the Snake 3. He's backed up by Matt Jackson. Those 2 worked well together yesterday.
Yes, they did. And Stewart up there in the center. And here comes Jackson getting behind Roberts, coming up into Snake 2. They're both gunned up and on their feet, so you can always tell that there's not much pressure coming back at you when both players on that side are on their feet, looking for shots and not tucked into their spots. Roberts might have caught one, though, and he did. So Roberts playing a little, you know, it's like we were talking about up on his feet, a little sloppy in there, losing a gunfight. Let's see if Jackson fills that spot for him.
Yeah, Jason Edwards getting that shot across field, man. We saw him yesterday just pull out some of the most ridiculous stuff along with his brother Jacob to keep Tampa Bay Damage alive in those matches they played yesterday. So 1 body down for AC Dallas. Pando, sorry I missed you, baby.
Oh, that's all good.
I'm looking forward to getting out to your field, man.
Well,
I've heard good things.
I think we're going to do a clinic, aren't we?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm in. So you see Matt Jackson now makes his way to the Snake 3. He still has Devin Stewart up there trying to put that pressure on. Look at that. It looks like it gets a shot on Jason Edwards' pack.
Yeah,
The ref sees that. That could be a minor.
I definitely saw some paint come off of Edwards' pack right there, but doesn't look like anybody picked it up. So gets a little bit of a gift over there.
We should ref, Matty. We pick a lot of stuff up, I tell you what.
Nope, I've done enough of that in my day.
So Tim Montresor now getting shot. Jason Edwards going to fill all the way out to the Dorito corner. Let's see if he gets checked out by a ref. Maybe nothing. Maybe it hit and broke off and didn't leave any paint. I didn't see anything when he made out the move out there.
Yeah, that is possible. I mean, if the paintball hits you and it breaks but doesn't leave any paint, but the ref sees it hit you and break, then you're going to get called out. But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't leave any paint, nobody saw it hit you, then you're good.
Yeah, that's a good point by AC Dallas there.
Saw the Edwards brothers did. They won a little 2-on-4 against Ironmen yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. They did. They played. That was the most ridiculous. One of the most ridiculous things I've seen.
Yeah.
With the spread that was on the field against them, and then just watching the replay there of Stewart.
Well, that was Roberts getting shot by Edwards, and there is Stewart, and
battling with Tim Montresor there in that Snake Tower. Looks like I know Tim definitely checked his gun, so you'll see. Devin was shooting there, and Tim pulled his gun back. Maybe they shot paintballs out of the air in close proximity. I know that had that happen to me. Or I'm gunfighting with somebody, and we shoot each other's paintballs. I'm like, clean.
Yeah, that happens more often than you would think, right? I mean,
a lot, especially when the rates of fire in previous years were a lot higher.
Yeah.
All right, Ironman got 5. I think they're good.
Yep.
There you go.
Five players out this time. So let's see if they can keep them alive.
So, looks like 5 buys alive for both teams. Mike Paxton making his way.
Oh, Nick, you missed Mike Paxton before you got up here in that first point. You made one of the best moves we've seen all tournament up the center. Got himself a 3-pack, came through, stitched the center guy, takes the spot past there, takes the mini wall, and then runs through and gets 2 more bodies.
So he's dethroned Nick Laval.
Yeah, he was the
best move of the tournament.
Well, that was the 4-pack, but Nick Laval got a penalty. Mike did it clean, though it was a 3-pack.
Right.
So I mean, you could make an argument.
We've got Silos Cortez with the 5-pack yesterday, right? The run through by Laval, and then the run through that I missed by Mike. So Mike launches. Yeah. He gets taken out though.
Nick Laval's 4-pack.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are the best moves we've seen so far. So it looks like though Ironman on the attack getting chewed up again, and Impact just being a little bit better at gunfighting right here in the opening. We're opening a couple points.
Yeah, nice to see. I love watching Mike walk off when he's talking to somebody because he'll be like, "Yeah, man, good job," and then he gives you as soon as you pass him, man, he turns around and gives you the 1-up. And if he sees anything, he is on you like a dog, man. Dog and his chew toy.
Well, yeah, you and Mike Paxton exchanged some words at the last event, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, me and Mike Paxton, Billy Bang, and Shane Pastana. I had all 3 of them on me.
That was a crazy end to that 187 Ironman match.
But you know what? It was cool. We talked about it, and I did what I had to do. Mike and Bobby did what they had to do.
Yes, they did.
And you know what? Cornell had a great move down the side. Didn't even know he made that move. And one step, half a second, he would have had the buzzer.
Yeah.
We went into overtime.
That was one of the better games we saw in Nashville. So now back into this match here. AC Dallas taking on Damage. Damage only down by 1. 11:42 to go. And getting right into the snake is Johnson. Johnson might have got clipped. Going to get asked to get checked out. It's packed by the ref. And looks like he was hit. So he's going to come off. Heavy guns up off the break for Damage. So that's another body coming off. 2 bodies now for AC Dallas. 3 players left alive. Johnson and Jackson have both come off. And there goes Cortez, able to get into Snake 2. Gets in safely.
Yeah, there's a spread for Damage on your screen. Snake 2, Snake insert. Big move up and across into that Dorito 2. Does he make it? Looks like he gets eliminated. So now 1 body down for Damage. Still an extra body in their favor. 4-on-3. You got Tim Montresor there in the insert.
Yeah, and you see there, Cortez, Damage really needs Cortez to play well because, they need a threat. If you don't have, we always talk about threats. If you don't have threats, then you're never going to win tournaments. And they need Cortez to emerge as a threat. We saw him have, one of the best moves of the tournament with that 5-pack, maybe the best move. And now he's past the 50-yard line. Bodies are dropping for AC Dallas.
Who did you get the 5-pack against?
Oh, that was their
second game?
No, yeah, it was their game against the Ironmen.
Yeah.
It was the game against
And then won that game in overtime. So, I mean, he's doing a good job now.
But no, he just got shot out. So this is the problem.
Crap.
Cortez gets penetration. Cortez is look, you guys are going to get shot off the break. If you're the one, especially on the most important side of the field, you're going to get shot off the break. It's going to happen. But the times he doesn't, he's been getting up there pretty good. It's just those decisions he's making in those important situations. But that's a lot of guys are having issues with that here.
Well, you know, he got up there. He got his penetration. I don't know if he got any kills at this point, but Tim Montressor doing a good job in backing him up. And I think in looking at this, you know, if I sat down with Tampa Bay Damage and I was to tell them what to do, I'd say, hey man, you know, use Cortez as that weapon and put an extra body over here and push this side because he's getting that penetration, right? He got to the AC's snake Dorito, but Tim was all the way back in the stand up behind him. Like, you have a second body, maybe Chad Bougier or get Holiday over here and make him be the number 2 and have Tim Montressor hold it down from that tower then?
Well, I think that this must have been what was working in practice, and I like how, you know, even with the few mistakes that he's made, I do like how Cortez is playing, and I like that they're giving him faith, that they're giving him those opportunities because, you know, look, the veterans can't do it forever. And if they don't have, like we were talking about before, those young threats emerge, then they're not going to be able to contend with these top teams, and that's the problem we've seen with Damage so far in 2016. So I do like that they're giving him his spins and get him that experience.
Yeah, so off the break here, we're back with Impact and the Ironman. That's Impact on your screen. The Ironman losing one body. Bobby Aviles getting shot on the break, trying to make it through to the snake side. Rainey Stanzak making a move through the wall, bunkers him out, takes out Mike Paxton. Here's a run through. So he gets at least 2 before he gets chopped up from Brandon Cornell on that Dorito side can. So 3 bodies down for the Ironman, 4 on 3 in favor of Impact right now. Ironman have Scott Kemp in the snake 1, and Brandon Cornell in that Dorito can trying to stop Alex Goldman from making his way down the snake.
And that's Alex on your screen, 50-yard line here for Impact. Impact also has Zane Yakimek alive over there, and he's going to start his attack, and it's not going to matter because both players are dead here for the Ironman, and another towel is going to have to be thrown. So Ironman probably getting a little frustrated in the pits right now. Don't seem to have an answer for Impact yet. Still some time to go. You can see here the run through coming through and dishing him up and staying alive in that spot. And let's see, does he start his own run through? Is that Rainey?
Yeah, it's Rainey, and he got a shot on Paxton.
Yeah, so Rainey gets a 2-pack trying to attempt the same sort of move that he saw Paxton do to him. Actually, that's Chris Shear. So he shoots Chris Shear, still alive. Saw, hey, if Mike can do it, I can do it. Comes through. He gets 2, though. Mike got 3. It's a little bit better run through from Mike. But still, great job by Rainey Stanzik, and that's what blew up in that point.
Yeah, it's really nice to see Impact using multiple bodies in multiple positions. You know, it's getting Rainey up there and placing the ball. And Rainey going ahead and making something happen.
They were just getting a glimpse in the pits for the Ironmen. Back into this Damage and AC Dallas game. All tied up to 2 apiece. 10:05 on the clock. Up into the center goes AC Dallas. And now stacking up on the snake side here with 3 bodies. Timmy Probst comes over to help out Cortez and Montressor. And there goes Cortez. Cortez gets into the snake. He's going to call the kill across field. No, actually, no, he calls the position. But then he retreats out of there. Nice job, AC Dallas, but they do lose a body, though, on the D side.
Yeah, Devin Stewart tactically retreating from the wall to the mini W. And now getting, oh, no, look at this. He goes all the way now to the back center, faking everybody out. Asks for a check. Ref's going to run in there and check him out. So he's in that back center. He gets called out.
Didn't they practice that?
I don't know, man.
I was asking the same question in my head. I was wondering if, hey, if you're in that situation and they make the snake and you weren't able to shoot him, maybe that was his job then to retreat, but maybe he did it because there was no push coming on the D side and he was trying to get out to that side?
Yeah, I'm still thinking I would stay there. You know, you still have great shots down on that snake. Unless he was worried about someone coming through, you know, maybe they can, hey, the snake saw me up here. I'm going to retreat, bait the guy to maybe try and bunker me, and we can get that elimination. You know, I don't think the plan was to call it to the back center if that happens, especially
probably not.
As you know, Nathan Roberts is trying to call a kill out across the field, and he does. He takes out Jacob Edwards.
Oh, Jacob captured a couple in his spine on the walk-off.
So 4 on 3 in favor of Damage.
And Cortez using that advantage to get into the 50-yard line here in the snake side.
Yeah, and he has Jason Edwards and Timmy Probst behind him. Ooh, and geez, Nathan Roberts just takes 3 to the face from that snake too. Matt Jackson trying to make a move out to the corner. He makes it. So 4 on 2 now in favor of Damage. Damage have the 50 snake, center mini W, Dorito tower, or excuse me, snake tower, I'm not sure where the other body is. Somewhere over there on the Dorito side. A great spread for damage.
And then Tim Montresor coming to back up Cortez. He's in Snake 1. They're both looking cross field.
So yeah, all of Damage's bodies are over here on the Snake side. Oh, and look at this. Jason Edwards getting shot over the top by Matt Jackson of the mini wall. So now 3 on 2, still in favor of Damage. AC Dallas in the corner, Snake corner, and looking to find their second body. You can see Cortez shooting, he's crossfield right now, shooting at that second body, either in the Dorito 2 or the Dorito 1, which would be that Dorito 1 being the Dorito Tower. Yeah, it looks like there's a body there in the Dorito Tower as Matt Jackson tries to go around.
Oh, but he gets stopped, barely makes it back alive.
That was a lucky retreat.
Well, that's a small spot, Nick. We saw you there, and you were in there a couple times.
Yeah, that was no fun. I ran out there, I was like, man, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Let me get out of here. I was lucky enough to get to the tower, and Thomas and I traded out, but Tim Montresor just gets roped up.
He should have just gone all the way in. I think he got bounced.
I don't know. Yeah, he stopped to check himself, and that's the one thing. You check yourself in the bunkers. So look at this. AC Dallas bringing it back to a 2-on-2 as Matt Jackson leaves the corner and gets into the Snake 2, and he's going to go ahead and run down Cortez. One-handed little smash.
Ooh, that is the 5th one-hander we've seen today, and Jackson made it look nice. He did it on the crawl. That might be the best one we've seen so far, and then he gets the second kill too. Actually, that kill might have come from Stuart Crossfield.
Jackson got himself at least 3 there. He shot Tim Crossfield, he shot Jason Edwards, and then he one-handed gangster guy to Todd Martinez out of that mini wall.
Todd just came over here and looked at me, gave me the one-hand gangster gat sign. It's like, there's another one. That was probably the best one we've seen so far, though, because he made it look so fluid. Yeah, nice. Let's get a second look at this. So here comes Matt Jackson. Look at this. Matt Jackson goes in and on the fluid run through, comes through on the crawl, gets him with the one-hander. Bam, right in Cortez's back. Cortez got to be careful not to spin on that one. And then Jackson just takes a spot and maybe get that last kill too. It might have came from Stuart Crossfield, but still at least a 2-pack there for Matt Jackson.
He was thinking one-hander the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely he was, man.
Oh yeah, this is coming. My chance.
Yeah, Cortez yesterday getting that no call where there was a penalty on him, but we just found out that he didn't shoot his gun.
He didn't actually pull the trigger.
Yeah.
We couldn't see that because our replay was, the angle was very far away. But yeah, so he got a little lucky there. Didn't pull the trigger. So now here, Impact up by 3 points, and now we have a minor penalty. This is then the desperation starts to set in. You got to try to keep those penalties from happening, and it's just a sea of red coming off right now for the Ironman. Sheer runs through and takes out Laval, and it looks like he stays alive, but unfortunately for him, there's really nobody behind him, and he's going to get diced up there by Stanzik as Stanzik comes through and backs up his buddy Laval, and then here comes Alex Goldman diving
Cornell
in.
walking off.
Yeah, Cornell is walking off, but yeah, Goldman in the spot, and they finally pinch out Brandon Cornell for the Ironman on that D side. So another point here, 5th point for Edmonton Impact, and again, Ironman they don't seem to have an answer, and it's been kind of tough because, in this game, they're losing bodies off the break. Yesterday they didn't lose a ton of bodies off the break. It was more mistakes made in far up bunkers, but so, you're looking at this replay here coming through, and you're just going to see that penalty and, another body. I think that was Mike getting shot in the center, and here comes Sheer running through.
Sheer got a 2-pack. He gets another kill right here on the tower.
That was a nice move, but everybody died behind him. So he gets assassinated there by Rainey Stanzik.
10 seconds.
Only like 12 extra on that.
Who's counting?
Chris Shear.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking at Impact in the pit as we start this next point. AC Dallas versus Damage. There's Damage breakout. Cortez getting shot on the break. Damage losing 2 bodies. Chad Bougere tries to fill over and double up the Snake Tower. So good off the break shooting there by by AC Dallas on Damage. 5-on-3 in favor of AC Dallas. AC Dallas making some moves there on the Dorito side. You can see the spread. Really no one on the Snake side except for Matt Jackson as players are moving into the Dorito 2 now on the Dorito side. So one player in the back center, Matt Jackson in the tower, Dorito can, and Dorito 2. Maybe AC Dallas, maybe they lost the body on the break? I'm trying to find the 5th body and not seeing it. So yeah, looks like it's a 4-on-3. Still in favor of Dallas. Oh, as soon as I say that, Tim Montresor takes one from the Snake Tower. So now it's a 4-on-2 in favor of AC Dallas. Crossover Phil.
Edwards fills across to try to pick up the slack over here as Montresor walks off, but he's getting followed up by a running referee who's going to come in and check out Edwards. So Jason, see if he's alive back there. No, he's not. He's hit. And Matt Jackson's going to come up, not going to matter. And the point is going to be conceded. It was just Dan Holiday left alive in that back stand-up can. So AC Dallas going to go up by 2 right now.
Yeah, nice job by AC Dallas. This is what AC Dallas needs, man. They need to get these wins. We were talking about this yesterday, Maddie. You know, they definitely did not have the last 2 events that they wanted to. And you could say the same for Damage. Damage came out pretty strong, took 4th place in Las Vegas, the first event of the year. So these 2 teams need to battle. You could hear someone's yelling in the pit.
10 seconds.
I'm guessing that's Ironman.
Yeah, that did kind of sound like, well, it sounded like Bobby, but the Ironmen are on the field right now. So maybe that was Damage. And you can see, look at the Ironman stacking 4 bodies towards the center and over towards the Dorito side, sending 1 body into the snake.
Yeah,
he's going to get checked out by a ref.
Oh, it's just Vidulich, and then Bobby's going to come actually back. He just went up to that Dorito in order to get a shot, and then comes back to the temple to back up Vidulich, who's alive and now in Snake 2. After getting checked out by the ref in Snake 1, he made his move up. Mike alive in that center as well. Now Vidulich here, and this is what Vidulich did great yesterday. Again, I feel that out of all the front guys they've had on the Snake side here for the Ironman, Vidulich has played the best.
He's also made Snake off break every point against Impact,
which is impressive.
Yeah, that's saying a lot right there.
Considering we had Bart Yakimak up here, and he was talking about how important it was to try to shoot that guy off the break, and then they were going to attempt to do that. So he's running through streams to get into that spot. And there's no one in the Snake with him either. Impact has not put a body in there, as Keith Brown is stuck in the back corner bunker, and Vidulich is just wrapping around, just gunned up down that sideline, trying to keep Keith Brown from moving up. Keith Brown just focusing towards that center, and trying to get a shot crossfield. Bobby is rolling paint over the top of Vidulich. Mike Paxton is also shooting at Keith Brown.
Yeah, you know, the one thing I'd like to say, and I think I talked about this a little bit yesterday, you know, Bobby, I think we're seeing this a lot, especially in the afternoon bracket. Maybe since I'm paying attention a little bit more and I'm up here talking, but I'd like to see these guys get behind their, you know, if you're in the 50 Snake, man, and I'm, geez, half the field behind you, I need to get behind you.
Oh, see, this is the problem, though. This is what keeps happening with the Ironmen. They keep getting into good spots, whether it's Caro or Vidulich. Vidulich is doing it less than some of the other guys, but they get into these important spots. This is an important point here. 9 minutes left to go. They're down by 4. They win this point. They're only down by 3 with some time left. It's a different game, but just dying in these clutch spots.
Yeah, and there's Bobby. Good job to make that move up here. Keith Brown's still trapped. Not so much trapped, but still in that corner. You can make it move out. Looks like, you know, I'm surprised Keith's still there. He's in that top right side of your, well, right-hand side of your screen, that little bunker there. That's a Snake corner. But look for him to get a move, make a move on the inside to get into that Snake 1 and kind of turn Bobby's gun, as Bobby's putting a lot of pressure on that Dorito side of Impact. Impact still has Zach Yakimak and Keith Brown over here on the Snake side.
Yeah.
We do have a body in the back center and in the Dorito can. So Zane Yakimak, Nick Laval, Zach Yakimak, and Keith Brown alive for Impact. Bobby making his way into the 50 Snake. You can see Yakimak there and Keith Brown. Not looking like they really want to go anywhere. Though Keith Brown, super quick, make moves right away. You can see Bobby Aviles there on your screen for the Ironman, shooting cross field. Shooting at the tower, and there is a body, I think, over there in that tower, so still 5 bodies alive.
Yeah, so there's a
for
Vilas.
Impact.
There was the looking over the shoulder of a Vilas. Now, you know, Impact with that 4-point lead, that's why they're playing this way, and Impact does it better than anybody else. When they get up on you, it's really tough to attempt a comeback against Impact because they just play so tight.
Impact's easily, and we were watching this against X Factor yesterday in the first game that Impact and X Factor played. X Factor had a huge amount of penetration, almost on, I think Colt Roberts was on their side of the Doritos. They had a body in the 50 Snake, and it was still 5-on-4. You know, Impact is really, really good, if not the best team, of just playing tight and not getting shot out of their spots. And they're doing a fantastic job right now. And at the same time, you can say so are the Ironmen. The Ironmen down a body and still pressing forward. They're at the 50 wall, the 50 Snake.
Yeah.
Just unable to dig anybody out.
Mike's made some good moves to get up. Bobby's made some good moves. I mean, it's just Bobby over here on the Snake side. Vidulich died in front of him, but Bobby's still able to get in the 50-yard line. But where does he go from here? That's the problem. Well, there is a big Dorito right on the other side of his bunker. Could potentially get there, but worried about that crossfield shot, and also Keith Brown. You know, if he comes out wide, he has to be careful to put Keith Brown in order to make that move. But Keith Brown cyclopses Bobby. So Bobby Aviles, that's the second death here for the Ironman. trying to gunfight out of that 50-yard line. Keith Brown winning that gunfight.
That's 2 for Keith Brown. Nice job as he moves in the snake. Nick Laval takes out Mike Paxton. I thought I heard a horn. Maybe that's from a different field.
Brandon's still alive over there.
Cornell?
Yeah.
And he's pushing forward, but there's the horn. It was just Brandon. Brandon was attempting to push, but he ended up getting shot just as that horn was conceded. So yet another point here for Edmonton Impact.
I think that was the plan for Keith, stay in the corner. Try to
Yeah.
get people playing sloppy, which he did. He got Jason.
Yeah, well, again, you know, so you're looking, this was Vidulich. So it looked like Vidulich, he had that pod down there, so I'm not sure if, you know, he looked at, when he, you see where, it's kind of a far angle, but.
I think Keith put him in and then just shot under the bunker, and one of them came out into his knee.
No, yeah, he definitely
you're
got,
absolutely right.
Yeah, he got shot on his knee. And so he's going to come off.
Well, I mean.
And then Aviles.
10 seconds.
Oh, he
Oh,
gets shot
Aviles
from
got
inside.
shot cross field. Yeah, so that was that shot from the temple, and then Laval running down Paxton. So yeah, Bobby unfortunately just got shot on that head check. He head checked out into a stream.
And here we go. Tampa Bay damage on your screen. Both teams have a player up there at the W. It's Matt Jackson and Chad Bougere. Matt Jackson goes around. Ooh. It looks like the player for damage. I'm not sure that. I don't think that is Bougere. He spun around and shot Jackson. He's saying he's not hit, so the ref's going to go over there and give him a check. But so far, 2 bodies down. Mark Johnson, and that body does come off for damage. So 1 body advanced for damage, 4 on 3. There's 2 bodies for AC Dallas are walking off the field. Mark Johnson and Matt Jackson. Look at this. Cortez, though, taking one to the face. So John Jackson getting a shot there on Cortez, trying to move down the field. So 3 on 3. Tip on Tresser making a move up into the insert snake bunker. Look for him to get in the snake because Jackson isn't on him. He's getting pressure.
Yeah, and there goes Montresor. No one putting any pressure on Tim. Tim able to make it right into Snake 1. And Damage trying to fight down. Trying to fight. They are down by 2. 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Here with AC Dallas, this 2-point lead. AC Dallas, the remaining players, trying to do similarly what we just saw Impact do. Looks like John Jackson wants to make a move across, and he's going to make a move. Jackson gets in the insert bunker. There, kind of see it move around. There's Jackson. So John Jackson's going to get in the snake, and he makes it in clean.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jason Edwards might have picked up John with that move as he's shooting crossfield from that Dorito can. And there you can see Danner. I don't know if that might be Nico Hyde there in the Dorito corner. So 3 on 3. As John Jackson's going to wrap and look to make a move. Tim Montresor now makes it to the snake 3. He's in that Dorito. He's looking down the tape. If he can make a move to that 50 and come out wide on John, he might be able to get a shot on him. See Tim there on your screen. Playing inside from his snake 3. John Jackson is in the snake 1. You can see him at the very left-hand side of your screen poking out, defending his tape. What's in front of him. So moves being made by Damage on both sides of the field.
Well, Tim been playing smart here this season. Huge pickup for Damage coming over from Heat. He's played for a laundry list of the top teams. Shock, Impact,
Philly All-Americans.
Philly All-Americans, Heat, now Damage. And having a good season. He's in a good spot here. Trying to fight to get back into this one. Time's starting to tick down, though. And here comes Edwards all the way from the side, and he comes right up, and he's going to bunker out and be very nice to John Jackson. Shoots him just in the shoulder blade there. Definitely could have shot him in the back of the head if he wanted to.
That was, I think he shot him in the pack.
That was suspiciously nice.
Yeah,
Well,
like.
No, it looked like Jackson had a hit on his the
Yeah,
back
I
of
would
his,
say, like,
his
yeah.
lat.
Edwards just stopped, and I was like, man, what's he gonna do? This could be brutal right here.
Like one hand, I mean, no hand. I don't know what was he gonna do, just throw his gun at him.
So now it's a 1-point game in that match, and here it is. Come all the way from the other side. And here comes Jason Edwards. There's no one in Snake 1, and he's very nice. And just shoots him, there right in the back of his shoulder blade.
30 seconds.
Absolutely had his pick of any body part on his back that
I
he
was
wanted to
worried
shoot.
Jason was gonna get shot in the back by his own team because I don't think Tim saw him make that move. I thought Tim was gonna come out blazing and take out his teammate, which we saw a one-on-one between Tim in Vegas and Jacob Edwards. So there's the breakout for Edmonton Impact on your screen. Alex Goldman taking the snake 1 on the break. Ironmen losing Scott Kemp trying to make the snake. They lose 2 bodies, 1 off the Dorito side, so already 2 bodies down for the Ironmen. Impact with 5. Alex Goldman shooting crossfield right there on your screen. You can see the Ironman player there in the can. He gets taken out like it could be Toki Hamill. He gets shot, so he's walking off. Brandon Cornell gets shot, so just Bobby Velas left alive for the Ironman in the back center. And here comes Nick Laval, Justin Cornell.
It's frustrating to watch this game here because I really can't even diagnose what's wrong with the Ironmen right now. They're just kind of getting beat up all over. Survivability is a huge issue. They're getting bodies shot off the break, and then it seems that even though, and correct me if you guys see something else, but we're seeing bodies come off the break, and then also bodies coming out of their bunkers immediately after those guys dying off the break. And most of the points that we've seen, those bodies are coming off so fast, it's kind of tough to tell what's even going on.
Point improved.
So let's check out this replay here. So it's Nick Laval here to finish this thing out.
Yeah.
That was pretty much, game was over already at that point.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you're absolutely right, Matty. They lost 2 bodies on the break, and then Alex Goldman with that speed of his, getting already into the snake, puts a crossfield shot on Toke up the center. Brandon Cornell, either trying to get out or gunfight to get out, gets shot, and then Bobby Velas, the last body left alive, is listening to the pits of Edmonton Impact.
Guys are doing that. You guys shot the one in the snake. And then we killed the Canada in the 2 in 5 seconds after.
Rainy, you're in. Nick, you down. Okay.
That's done.
You got Rainy. I'm not taking heat. All right.
1 minute.
Get back in this one.
They're running now. Now they're done. We're done.
Yeah, so calm and composed, and as well they should be. Huge lead on the Ironmen. As AC Dallas coming out. Don't see anybody from damage coming out yet. Here they come. I think that's Waring. Looks like Waring's about to get a spin.
30 seconds.
He didn't do too bad yesterday.
He didn't get a lot of spins yesterday. Yeah, so Waring coming out to play this point here, along with Probst, Tresser, and the Edwards brothers, Jacob and Jason. So yeah, I'd kind of like to get a look into the Ironman pit to see what's going on over there. Because everything, all we're going to see in Impact's pit right now is a bunch of smiles and backslaps and a bunch of happiness. So right now, a 1-point match, 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
Smiles and happiness. Is that a bumper sticker?
You're gonna look at the Factory of Sadness?
Yeah. So you can see damage there. That's them on your screen right now. There's a spread. Center can, Snake insert, Snake tower. Move now into the Dorito 2, now Dorito 3. And the Dorito can. AC Dallas losing a body on the Snake side as they make a secondary bump from the back center out to the Dorito side. So 1 body down for AC Dallas. They have the Dorito corner. 2 bodies down for Dallas. So AC Dallas with 3 players left alive. Dorito corner, Dorito can, and Snake tower. So let's see if Waring can be assertive over here on the Snake side. He's just got Matt Jackson, the only body in front of him. Matt Jackson in a gunfight with Tim on Tresser. Tim takes a bounce.
There's Johnson and Stewart for the back players over there, or in the back bunkers on the D side for AC Dallas. Right now, Waring able to get here into the 50-yard line, replacing Carlos Cortez. Silos, now it's Waring. And he's looking for a move, looking for a shot. Trying to see the bodies, and he sees the coast is clear, so he moves up a bunker. AC Dallas trying to preserve their lead. 1 minute and 16 seconds to go. We're looking at this angle over the backs here of Waring, Montresor,
Yeah, Matt
and
Jackson
Probst.
gets shot, so only 2 bodies now left alive for AC Dallas.
Well, that's not going to help them keep this attack from coming right here, as they are stacked up here at the 50-yard line. Waring now past the 50-yard line. He gets another one and takes out the last player cross field. So with just under a minute to play, we have yet another very close match here in the prelims, as it's all tied up 4-4 with 51 seconds to go.
Yeah, nice point.
Point improved.
By damage, man. It's getting scrappy. Waring doing a good job getting in there, getting down the field. Tim Montresor following him up. I think that was huge right there. Just hearing Tim Montresor talk to Waring and tell him, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm on, this is what you need to do.
Yeah,
I like it.
no, it's good to see
30
damage come back
seconds.
like this. They played a great game yesterday against the Ironmen. They won in overtime, and they got beat up pretty bad by Gunfight Dynasty in their first match. So it's good to see them fix the mistakes that they had here early on in this match against AC Dallas. It's good to see a guy like Warren get in there, get a couple kills, get some confidence. That's the depth that Damage has been missing and they
10
need.
seconds.
Still, you know, Cortez still a hit or miss over here on the Snake side of the field so far in this game.
See if the Ironman can get one.
No secret who you're rooting for.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So there you have him on your screen. 5 bodies alive. Scott Kemp making it into the Snake 1.
So Toke Hamill getting a spin. He didn't play yesterday because he's been injured and you know, he's been a little rusty heading into practice with that foot injury. He couldn't even walk for a while. And then you know, Scott Kemp getting switched over here to the Snake because no one else has really been getting it done other than Vitalich. And Vitalich still making mistakes in his gunfights in important spots. So now Tom Martinez, the coach, he's been rolling with Scott Kemp over here now. And Scott Kemp and Bobby Villas have been playing together for about, oh, well, on and off, but been playing paintball around
decade?
each other for, yes, at least a decade.
it's good to see Chris Shear getting spins too. I mean, I know he is a killer, and especially when you send him up the middle.
Well,
Good
you
for
know, the thing that I noticed yesterday, Panda, was like the Ironmen really weren't set on going right to the wall. You know, they'd have Paxton go to that can, and he's there now. I think it's Toke. But they wouldn't really go there right away. Sheer maybe got one rep up there yesterday, but yeah, like you said, you know, nice of him to get up there as we see Justin Cornell taking the walk off the field for impact. So, you know, 4 minutes left to go in this game. Down by 6, man. The Ironmen have to press.
So you think that's what Ironmen are missing? The middle presence?
You know,
off the hot.
just a little bit. You know, at least you know if you force that body to go up there as Toke Hamill retreats, you're playing impact and they know that you're up there, they're going to come get you. And that's a trait. And if you can put yourself in a position to maybe chop him up, you know, or say, hey, Scott Kemp's in the Snake,
Well,
you might be able to shoot him.
Able to shoot out Zane. So Zane Yakimek off the field right now, but it looks like Carl gets shot over there on the D side.
Yeah, so 2 bodies down for impact.
Well, Hamill
comes a
make
good run through.
Yeah, Hamill making moves. Oh, that's Chris Shear. Chris Shear runs through. He gets one, and I don't think they picked him up. So Chris Shear having a point here, staying alive up in that center 50.
Good call,
And-
Pando.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
I
then
mean-
making a run through and making it count. So Ironman back on the board.
Yeah, Shear's a great kid, and I think he had to, in the beginning of the season, he had to earn his spots, and now I think Todd is finally, you know, he must have saw something in him in practice, so it's good to see him step up.
Yeah, as you're looking on into the Ironman pits, Mike Paxton, Shane Pistana,
30 seconds.
and company.
Let's check out these replays. So here comes Shear, comes through,
20 seconds.
stitches one up, gets his first kill, switches hands, now left-handed, gets kill number 2, and then flips around and kill number 3. So
I don't even think he shot.
yeah, I don't
Goldman.
know if he got Goldman. He definitely turned around, looked like he was shooting him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did get shot from both ways. Goldman getting a double dose of some Ironman paint right there. Nice work. So that's a 3-pack, or maybe 2.5. 2.5 for Shear.
But the buzzer gave it complete.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess 3. Let's go with 3 on that one. So look at this. Damage losing 3 bodies on the break, essentially. Only Timon Tresser and Jason Edwards left alive.
And that might do it, Nick. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, AC Dallas with 5 alive. They have 36 seconds to put the winning point on the board here. It's all tied up at 4.
Well, I mean, if anyone can pull this out, it's Jason Edwards and Timon Tresser, but it's going to get tough. And look at this. Timon Tresser shoots Matt Jackson out of the center wall. So 4-on-2, still in favor of AC Dallas as they make their way into the 50 out. Timon Tresser gets shot, so Jason Edwards takes one too. So, you know, was it a bad call, not a good call to hit the buzzer and concede the point right away when you see 3 of your teammates walk off? That'll come back to
this
haunt you.
is, yeah, this is those tough calls because now they have no time left.
It's
as
over.
that, yeah, it's over, and he's going to wait till the very last second, hit it with just 2-3 seconds left. And what great off the break shots there for AC Dallas. That ends up being the difference here in a hard-fought battle against Tampa Bay Damage. And what a heartbreak for Tampa Bay Damage. And let's check out this replay here off the break. So you can see there's Damage's break. And they send 3 towards the D side, and they lose Waring. And they lose runner up the center. Just 3 bodies left alive. Then they lose that 3rd one. So in quick succession, those off the break shots. Perfect timing for AC Dallas to have those things dialed in as they take the victory here. Again, 5-4, and they go 2-1. AC Dallas still has to play the Ironmen to close out their prelims.
10 seconds.
Yeah, nice job by AC Dallas, man. So breakout, Ironman on your screen, sitting 2 bodies up the center. No one going to the wall, though, is Nick Laval for impacts up there. See that battle developing on your screen as Nick Laval's not going to let that can player of the Ironman breathe. And here comes the move underneath by Shear. Let's see if he goes around and commits to take out Nick Laval. They're both on the other side of each other. Look at this, Shear's in the switch. He's got Keith Brown in front of him in the snake. And Nick Laval does a retreat.
Tactical retreat.
Oh, and he gets shot. Ref's calling him out.
Yeah, he definitely got shot, so the wall comes off.
Man, I'll tell you what, that sky looks ominous right now.
Yeah, checked the weather earlier. We definitely have some thunderstorms in store here. Hopefully it will blow north, but we're waiting to find out.
This is Cleveland. It usually doesn't blow north. It usually comes
Yeah,
right,
Panda,
right
right
at your
down for us,
face.
baby.
It has the past couple days.
We got lucky. Somebody was knocking on wood.
Yeah, but
looking
how
out for
are
us.
we going to get lucky? I mean, 3 days in a row? We'll
Yeah.
see. But here now the Ironmen lose Shear. They put Shear to spin again, of course, after that awesome point he just had, but he comes off early. Toe Campbell now up in the center 50 with 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go and down by 5. This game's pretty much over, but we'll see what type of fight the Ironmen have in them here as things get closed out. Impact trying to preserve their point spread. Impact did lose a game yesterday and lost to San Antonio X Factor. The score was 7-5.
And that was a great game. X Factor just dominating on the break because there's a trade out there up the center. Trades out, with Justin Cornell. So Keith Brown, it's Scott Kemp on your screen doing some work for the Ironman on the snake. He's in the 50. He's got Keith Brown in front of him, who's backed up by Zach Yakimak. Looking for the move to be made right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Ironman fans were hoping that Scotty Kemp was going to have a tournament after the miraculous, amazing event that he had last event. My God, that's the best we've ever seen Scotty Kemp play. He was dominating out there on the D side. Didn't hear much out of him yesterday on the snake side, or on the D side, but now Martinez ended up putting him over on the snake side. He played well in that point. And there is Cornell with that buzzer, and should be 4-7 here. So let's check out this replay. So here is Scott Kemp, zoned up and gets the kill out of that stand-up, and then
Yeah,
moves
Brandon Cornell is
inside.
going to run in on the right-hand side of your screen. Well, he did.
Kind of saved Keith Brown's life. Skemp was gonna,
He's
gonna
coming for
stab
him.
him, but
Yeah, so now with the conclusion of the AC Dallas damage match, 2 minutes in between points here. Let's listen in here in the pits with the Los Angeles Ironmen. There's Toe Campbell talking to Coach Todd Martinez.
It looks like it's in there, but.
Hey, I need 5 blocks. Hey, I think that our game's over. The game is over. It's a minute and a half. Minute and a half.
Minute and a half, here we go. Here's what it is. You're outside.
Yeah, so the Ironmen going to attempt to come back here, down by 3 with not much time on the clock here. So let's see how close they can get. And then after the conclusion of that match, I think we might actually be starting potentially a little early with the storm approaching. So the next set's going to be X Factor sitting at 2-0. They take on Uprising, and Uprising, they lost 2 close ones yesterday, both 1-point games. So they are 0-2, and Dynasty coming in, also going to be playing against Chicago Aftershock.
30 seconds.
Yeah, some good paintball coming up. You see my fan wagon results right there.
you on there? You're on
Nope,
that leaderboard?
I am not on there. But we definitely today have some 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was all ones.
It was like a 10-way tie for first yesterday.
All the way down the board.
Well, we didn't have enough of the tournament in the bag, but now we do, enough to kind of separate the leaders here. And also you can see there coming up, X Factor, a big favorite over Uprising, but hey, Uprising getting 30% of the vote.
1 minute.
And with Ironman calling a timeout, got a little bit of chance to talk about these games. And then Dynasty, a big favorite over Chicago Aftershock. And see, let's look here in the pit with the Los Angeles Ironmen.
white guy again. Okay. You want to try and shoot the white guy?
Yeah, so, you know, discussing here last-minute plans for this attempted comeback. There's Brandon Cornell with the red hair on top, and that's Bobby Aviles, who Todd Martinez has worked with in the past and played with. There's Toe Camel. He's going to continue to get spins with Chris Shear. I mean, Todd's going to play the guys that produce. He's like the Russians. If you go out there and you produce for him, you're going to be getting spins. If you go out and make mistakes, you know, I think one of the reasons that Vidulic is sitting right now is because he keeps getting into this 50 and getting shot. But I think Vidulic, again, overall, you know, I mean, it's hit or miss. It's tough out there, right? You know, you're good. It's paintball. You're going to get shot. You know, this is like baseball, man. The best people in baseball do it 3 times out of 10 well. Paintball is similar. I think it's a little bit higher percentage for the best in paintball, but you are going to die a lot when you play the game of paintball when you're playing against the best teams in the world. It's part of the game.
Well, on that breakout, the Ironmen losing Brandon Cornell. Headed out to that Dorito side. Looks like no bodies coming out the field for impact. So 5-on-4 as we're starting to get some weather, the wind and the lightning starting to pick up here.
I just got a weather update from my mom, though. Texted in. She said it only lasts 10 minutes. She's on the east side of Cleveland, so we got to trust Mama Pando, hopefully.
Hey, I'm all for trusting Mama Pando. We've definitely had, over the course of this year, some rough 10-minute weather come through.
Yes, we have. So here comes Scott Kemp. I love this. He's pushing here up on the snake side of the field. Here comes Toe Camel trying to drop the hammer in the center, but he gets taken out before he can reach the line of impact. Scott Kemp, though, still alive. Just 45 seconds to go. And here comes Bobby Aviles, and they're pushing reckless here. They have to. No choice but to push recklessly forward. Scott Kemp getting taken out, trying to gunfight out of there. He shakes his head in frustration. And then Bobby Aviles gets shot out. Nick Laval going to run in to put another point on the board, and at this point delay the inevitable. Yeah. Actually, he stopped before he hit it.
Well, if he hits the buzzer, going to play.
Yes, you know, but he didn't hit the buzzer.
I'm sure he doesn't want to play another point.
Yeah, I'm sure Laval looked up and saw the storm clouds. He's like, hey, we already won this game. You think we should just, let's call this one a day here. So as soon as they get under 10, actually, I don't even think he's going to hit it to get that extra point. Zane is, though. He's like, yeah, we'll take the free point.
I'll take that.
Swooped it.
Swooped it. Gotcha.
So Edmonton Impact taking the victory here, tying the record amount of points put up here at this event. 3 teams have put up 8 points. Dynasty put up 8 points against Damage. X Factor put up 8 points against Aftershock. And now Edmonton Impact putting up 8 points here against the Ironmen. So congratulations to AC Dallas, who beat Tampa Bay Damage. And they go 2-1. Now Impact, they are also going to go 2-1. Now the Ironmen backs against the wall, 1-2. And the Ironmen have to play AC Dallas in their last game, which is the set on deck, or in the hole. Right now, coming up here, it's X Factor and Uprising taking on each other, and then San Diego Dynasty going to be taking on Chicago Aftershock. So stick with us here. GoSports.com, 2016 NXL Great Lakes Open. We'll be back.